Yeah, welcome y'all. Been an early morning. We out here and we're scouting locations. Got two producers and the director down there, and one of the associate producers actually. And this will probably be day one. We found a lecture hall for Douglas U. So this is actually where this is gonna be his B school, y'all, business school. If you can look this way, man, it'd be nice to kind of get a shot like this with the professor being exactly where the director is standing right now. And we think it's gonna be a good shot, y'all. So yeah, it's gonna be a really good look. So y'all actually send some, go ahead and comment on this and tell us what you think. It'd be good to get your opinion on it, see if it's authentic.
All right, people, introducing Douglas U, the Yard, the first and only historically black college and university west of Texas.
Can y'all imagine this? Like with your book bag on and something?
Flag, right?
Director Ryan, what do you think about the new Douglas U?
I think this is holds very high potential as being the yard, the main
Very
yard
high.
for Douglas U.
You said very high, high?
Very high.
Very high, y'all.
Because
very high.
if not here, look back down here, which is I really
Down
like.
there.
A lot of depth there. You got the Gumby statue at the end.
Yeah.
You got the nice West Coast hill side. Clear on
Dips
the
down and
horizon,
comes
if you can
back up
see it.
with the little flags on the side. Like parade. Let me get the decal, dude. We're done with this. No more coffee for you, dude. They talking in tongues. I'm not talking to y'all. It would make sense to bring all your yard scenes some aspect of this right here.
I agree.
Continuously establishes.
I agree.
Versus this this hippie shit you got going
No,
on.
I'm not talking about the tents. I'm talking about like in here, this area, like where where you hang, where Reggie fucks with Aaron.
That's up there.
Right.
In this area.
No, up there. That's the only yard scene. How many yard scenes are you thinking?
We have the end scene where he drives up the car.
Uh-huh.
We have where Daryl and Quasi actually walk to Reggie in that scene.
Right.
So where's that walk?
All that is there.
Yeah,
now
where's that walk though?
Coming from, like, I see, well, in my mind, I think that Aaron would be, for example, out here on this yard, trying to hand out his stuff, and then from the back area, 3 palm trees back, is where, like, kind of by that concession stand area.
Yeah.
That's where Quasi
Walking
and
through people, bam,
and
bam.
Daryl are kind of making their appearance out, and then Reggie is kind of totally turning old boy upside down, like right here in the middle of the yard.
Right.
You know, because that's like one of the statements that I told Heidi to add in there. You know, he's like, yo, you getting jacked, like right in the middle of the yard of all places.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Now, the whole, I can't remember the end scene, but where he's driving up on the car or whatever, where does that happen? Outside the dorm or someplace, right? Where is that happening at?
It's the main yard.
They say to the main yard. So this is
Perfect
actually
street right there, the stairs.
yeah,
Bam.
exactly.
You know, it works.
So they come out, they crossing at the yard again, and people have identified that as a yard,
Yeah.
right? Because they've shown it early, and they come right down the steps, and bam, there's the car.
Yeah.
So here we are now at the second choice for the Douglas U yard.
Make sure
People, you know, Douglas U is a premier HBCU. So our classrooms are just a little bit upscale than most classrooms that you might see. So we're out here on campus, and we're on the older part of the campus right now. But the problem with the older part of this campus is that it was built in like 1960s. So it has this kind of older Brady Bunch, 60s architecture going on right now. And our school, of course, was established in 1911. Now, what we're contemplating is potentially a scene outside of this alumni hall, because this would have been built on the 50-year anniversary of Douglas U. And so it picked up that 60-ish architecture, and it could play in well into our little thing. But producer Wiley here is trying to convince me that it's worth adding lines and money to the budget and people and more food and everything else.
Filmmakers and producers out there. What I'm trying to say is there's already lines written with some dialogue between the father and the son here. Father does not want him to go to an HBCU, so I figure that there's a little self-hatred in, you know, that whole situation, right? So, especially because he's so adamant about it. So, during that time when they're having a conversation about him going to an HBCU, here, he can point this building out saying the 50th anniversary of this building is this year, and he can educate his father on the HBCU that his father didn't know. And that doesn't cost anything in the budget. It helps us move right along, and we can stay in one campus. It's all good. Save money. He gonna love me for this later, y'all.
He thinks it doesn't cost anything in the budget. All right, so this is a potential. Where are we, and what are you thinking about
We're in
this?
the kitchen, and this is the potential side room of the kitchen entrance.
And
now,
what is the kitchen?
The kitchen it's a room that's under the dorm where for years residents have thrown parties and raised hell, as in maybe celebration for finishing exams or just to blow off some steam. So I love this look, a lot of character. Definitely get a hidden secret hideout feel to this room. We can spill into this other room, this kitchen. I think we can make this work. Well, I love it. The sound's not bothering me now. We can get around that.